Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and today we're going to talk about the latest album from Dean Blunt, Black Metal 2. So this is the sequel to the avant-garde singer-songwriter's most popular record, Black Metal, from 2014, and just like its predecessor, this is one of those albums that I believe will be an acquired taste, because it seems like it's doing everything in its power to be appealing, but also not appealing at the same time. The instrumentals on this thing would generally be considered lo-fi, I suppose. There's a lot of dusty drums and watery guitars on here that wouldn't sound out of place on a Mac DeMarco project, actually. But the structures of these tracks aren't presented in a pop-friendly way. If anything, these tracks play out more like motifs, much in the same way of like Earl Sweatshirt's some rap songs, or even King Cruel's work on The Ooze or Man Alive most recently. And at 23 minutes in length, this might sound like it's a brief project, but sitting with this album, these tracks will expand themselves and feel longer than they actually are, just like most of his work does. And Dean approaches vocals on here with this almost borderline spoken word type way. It sounds very ominous and large over these tracks. And his voice sounds a little bit like Yves Tumor, and the delivery at times is somewhat like Frank Ocean's when he's trying to rap. And there's also guest vocals on here from who I believe is Joanne Robertson, a longtime collaborator. And she really stands out on here with her ethereal type singing, especially on tracks like The Rot, which is this really cool, like acoustic-y tinged folk piece that has this melancholy feel to it, like you're reliving a happy memory. I also really like his use of string arrangements on here, like the opening track Vigil, which is just memorizing in every way. The way that the bass and the strings play off of one another on this cut is just unbelievable. I mean, it sounds like they're building and relieving tension at the same time. Also, the track Zaza was another big standout on here for me. This one's got a big, thick, hip-hop flavored beat that kicks everything off, but doesn't settle in this mood for too long, as about 40 seconds in, it has a pretty abstract transition into another beat switch up that ends up carrying out the rest of the track. But there's actually a lot to unpack and revisit on this project, believe it or not. I also really enjoy the atmosphere that it puts out, and it's even more syrupy and hazy than its predecessor. I just wish that it was like a tad bit longer, maybe like a couple extra tracks in there, but still, overall, I thought this was a really solid follow-up to the original. And with that being said, I'm feeling an 8 over here on Black Metal 2. So for all the collectors out there, I do have links down below to Rough Trade's Bandcamp. This did come out on a standard black pressing, so you might want to grab that before it sells out. And if you have listened to Black Metal 2 already, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and share, and if you want more content from me, hit that subscribe button. Peace.